Remember late night drives, windows down, the summer air. We pull over just to stare at constellations everywhere. You trace a future in the glow, a path for us to walk and grow. Now it's a scene I replay slow, a story only old friends know. But the nights grew long, whispers soft and low, a silent understanding. Where did our tomorrow go? Now I just count the stars alone. On this road I'm walking home. Oh, starlight dream, a universe we made, a fragile hope now gently swayed and frayed. Each distant spark, a memory, a bittersweet serenade, a love that bloomed and softly had to fade. I walk these streets where we once roamed, still feel your hand though you've gone home. A phantom warmth against my own, a whisper in the wind that's blown. I try to move on day by day, but part of me wants you to stay and chase the shadows far away from this lonely brand new day. But the nights grew longer, whispers soft and low, a silent understanding. Where did our tomorrow go? Now I just count the stars alone. On this road I'm walking home. Oh, starlight dream, a universe we made, a fragile hope now gently swayed and frayed. Each distant spark, a memory, a bittersweet serenade, a love that bloomed and softly had to fade. Maybe some dreams aren't meant to last forever, but the beauty that we built I'll still remember. Even if the ending left us torn and severed, a piece of you in my heart, forever tethered. Oh, starlight dream, a universe we made, a fragile hope now gently swayed and frayed. Each distant spark, a memory, a bittersweet serenade, a love that bloomed and softly had to fade. A gentle glow, my starlight dream. Starlight dream, fading slow. A gentle glow, my starlight dream. The city's quiet after midnight, streetlights humming soft and low. Every corner feels familiar, places only we would know. Your name still lives in passing songs, in every car that drives me home. I thought I'd be okay by now, but nights remind me I'm alone. I tell myself I'm fine, but the truth comes into view. Every clock keeps ticking louder in the midnight after you. after you. Coffee cups and empty rooms, your shadow on the wall. I still reach out without thinking, just to catch myself mid-fall. Friends say time will heal it all, like it's something I can choose. But healing feels a little slow when love still feels brand new. I smile through the day, but when the dark comes into view, every thought comes back to you. In the midnight after you, in the midnight after you, when the world is fast asleep, I replay the things we never said, the promises we couldn't keep. Every star feels out of reach, every memory feels true. I'm learning how to breathe again in the midnight after you. Maybe love was never meant to stay the same forever, but every version of my heart still knows us together. If letting go's the only way I'll learn to make it through, just takes a little longer in the midnight after you, when the silence feels brand new. I don't miss who I used to be, I just miss loving you. Every road feels unfamiliar, every dream feels overdue. I'm finding who I am again in the midnight after you. Midnight after you, the lights are fading blue, still finding my way through. Midnight after you. Midnight after you. The city's quiet after midnight, streetlights humming soft and low. Every corner feels familiar, places only we would know. Your name still lives in passing songs, in every car that drives me home. I thought I'd be okay by now, but nights remind me I'm alone. I tell myself I'm fine, but the truth comes into view. Every clock keeps ticking louder in the midnight after you. In the midnight after you, when the world is fast asleep, I replay the things we never said, the promises we couldn't keep. Every star feels out of reach, every memory feels true. I'm learning how to breathe again in the midnight after you. Coffee cups in empty rooms, your shadow on the wall. I still reach out without thinking, just to catch myself mid-fall. Friends say time will heal it all, like it's something I can choose. But healing feels a little slow when love still feels brand new. Every step felt almost right, like we'd arrive if we tried. Your hand was warm, not holding tight, like you already knew that night. Somewhere between yes and no, we learned how far we wouldn't go. I thought love was always moving, but sometimes it just stands still, waiting for someone to say what neither of us will. We stopped in the middle, not lost, not found. No words falling, no breaking sound, just two hearts slowing before the end. We didn't fall apart, we stopped in the middle. Mornings felt a little thin, like echoes settling in. We smiled more than we spoke, saving truths we never wrote. I kept listening for your name in every quiet space, but silence started feeling real, like something we chose not to heal. I thought love meant holding tighter when the road began to bend, but we were tired of pretending this would go beyond where we stand. We stopped in the middle, not wrong, not right. No doors closing, no final fight, just the moment we couldn't pretend. We didn't say goodbye, we stopped in the middle. Maybe someday we'll look back and call this what it was. Not a failure, not a loss, just a pause we couldn't cross. We stopped in the middle where feelings fade, still holding something we couldn't say. No broken promises, no reason to pretend we didn't end in flames. We stopped in the middle. We used to talk like time was ours, like nothing else was in the room. Every word felt close enough to feel like truth, to feel like you. But slowly things began to change, not louder, just a little less. Your eyes would leave before your words, and I pretended not to guess. I felt the space grow in between the things we said, the things we meant. Love didn't break, it thinned out first, until we noticed what was spent. You're not the you I used to know, not wrong, just further from me now. We didn't fall, we faded slow, like light that forgot how. I still remember who we were before the quiet took its place. I didn't lose you all at once, I lost the version that stayed. all through moments out of habit, held on to words we wouldn't say. The room felt bigger when you left, even if you'd just gone away. I learned the sound of almost love, the way it leaves without goodbye. Still standing close but out of reach, still asking why but not asking why. I watched us turn into a thought, something I carried, not held. You were still here in every way, except the way that felt like us. You're not the you I used to know, not cold, just no longer near. We didn't end with broken doors, just silence drawing clear. I still remember who we were before we learned to disengage. I didn't lose you in a night, I lost you page by page. Maybe love doesn't disappear, it only changes shape. What we were wasn't meant to last, but it was real, it wasn't fake. Used to answer without sound, just looking back was always enough. Now every quiet feels too loud, like it remembers us. The room still holds the way you stayed, your breath, the space beside my face. I say your name inside my head, but nothing takes its place. You don't call, you don't explain, but somehow you still feel the same. Not close enough to reach my hand, still close enough to understand. Your silence knows my name, it lingers when I don't speak. I try to let you fade away, but the quiet remembers me. You're gone but not erased, you're still where my thoughts remain. I don't hear you anymore, but your silence knows my name. We learn to pause instead of fight, let feelings pass without a sound. I never knew the calm we kept would be the thing that let us down. I see you in unfinished lines and things we almost said, the words we say for later on, still living in my chest. You don't ask if I'm okay, you don't need to anyway. Every space you left behind still feels like it was mine. Your silence knows my name, it stays when I try to leave. I fold you into every night, like a memory I keep. You're gone but not erased, you never really went away. I don't hear you anymore, but your silence knows my name. Maybe love learns how to hide when it has nothing left to prove. Not in words, not in goodbye, just in what we never lose. Your silence knows my name. I don't fight it like before. Some connections never end, they just don't speak anymore. You're gone but still the same, a shape I know too well. I don't hear you anymore, but your silence knows my name. You never raised your voice at me, you never turned away. You stayed right there beside my words, but something still decayed. You smiled like nothing was wrong, like love was still in view. But every time you didn't stay, I learned goodbye from you. You taught me how to read the signs and pauses not in pain. How leaving doesn't need a door, just less of you each day. I learned goodbye from you, from all the things you didn't do, from every promise left unsaid, from love that slowly moved. I learned goodbye from you without a final scene. You were still here but half away, and that was enough to leave. We talked about the future once like it was always near, but plans began to lose their shape the moment you weren't clear. I stopped asking what you felt, you stopped explaining too. We didn't end in honesty, we ended in the truth. You showed me how to disappear without a reason why, how someone can be everything and still be saying bye. I learned goodbye from you, from silence wearing skin, from holding on to something warm that wasn't letting in. I learned goodbye from you before the words were said. You let me down so carefully, I barely felt the end. Maybe this is how it goes when love decides to change. Not sudden loss, not broken trust, just slowly rearranged. I learned goodbye from you, and now I know the sound of footsteps fading in the hall without turning around. I learned goodbye from you, and I don't blame the truth. Some endings teach you how to stay, but this one taught me you. We got close enough to touch, but never close enough to stay. Every time it felt like love, it looked the other way. You said my name like it was safe, like nothing had to change, but almost started feeling like the furthest kind of place. I kept waiting for a sign, you kept calling this enough, but I was standing in between your comfort and my love. We were almost something real, almost everything I meant, but almost never holds you close. It just tells you what you missed. I won't live in almost now, I won't ask for less again. We were close but not complete, almost but never again. You held my hand in public, let it go when no one knew, like love was something borrowed, not something meant for you. I learned the way to maybe, the cost of standing still, how hope can look like patience when it's just ignoring will. You didn't lie, you didn't try to meet me where I stood. You kept me right outside the door and called it being good. We were almost something real, almost enough to stay, but love that never chooses you is love that walks away. I won't wait in halfway rooms, I won't bend where I should stand. We were close but not complete, almost but never again. Maybe timing wasn't wrong, maybe courage was just thin. Some loves don't fail from too much hurt, they fail from not going in. We were almost something real, and that's the part that hurts. Not what we lost, but what we were before we chose the worst. I don't live in almost now, I don't reach where I can't land. We were close but not complete, almost but never again. Love didn't leave loudly, it didn't slam the door, it folded up the moments we didn't use anymore. You still said good morning, still knew the shape of me, but something in your eyes had already learned to leave. We stopped checking in at night, stopped asking how we felt, like love was something fragile, best kept quietly on the shelf. Love didn't leave it loudly, it just learned how to fade. It stayed polite and gentle while slipping away. No tears on the table, no truth spoken out. Love didn't leave loudly, it just stopped staying around. We laughed the way we used to, but it echoed when it fell, like a joke we both remembered, but couldn't really tell. Your touch was still familiar, but lighter than before, like you were reaching for me from the other side and more. I kept waiting for a sign that you'd ask me to stay, but love was already packing in a quiet kind of way. stop choosing now. Some endings don't arrive, they slowly rearrange until one day you realize nothing feels the same. Love didn't leave loudly, and maybe that's the truth. It didn't break us open, it just loosened every root. No fight worth forgiving, no reason to doubt. Love didn't leave loudly, it just stopped staying around. Used to linger in the quiet, like time was something we could bend. Now every pause feels temporary, like we're always about to end. We talked about forever lightly, like it didn't need a place. But somewhere in the middle of us, we forgot how long to stay. You leaned away without a sound, I leaned in just the same. We were standing in the same room, but not standing in the same space. This is where we forgot to stay, where love stopped feeling safe. Not broken, just unattended, left open, left to fade. We didn't mean to lose our way, we just didn't choose to remain. This is where we forgot to stay, and everything changed. We kept our nights uncomplicated, let feelings pass us by, like naming what was happening would only make it real in time. Your silence felt like patience, mine felt more like fear. We were both still saying us, but neither of us was here. I waited for you to notice, you waited for it to end. We were hoping time would fix what attention couldn't mend. This is where we forgot to stay, where effort slipped away. Not a moment, not a fight, just less of us each day. We didn't fall, we drifted out without a word of blame. This is where we forgot to stay, and love forgot our names. Maybe love needs more than time, more than comfort, more than care. Maybe staying is a choice we didn't know we had to make. This is where we forgot to stay. I see it clearly now, not in anger, not in loss, just absence teaching how. We didn't mean to walk away, but we never learned to remain. This is where we forgot to stay, and let go without a sound. Used to fill the doorway before I even looked. Your presence felt so natural, like breathing when I could. Now the space you used to stand in feels wider than before. Nothing's really missing, but it all feels unsure. You didn't leave all at once, you didn't say a word. One day I turned around and felt the shift occur. You were there, then weren't, like the light before it fades. No warning, no goodbye, just distance rearranged. You were there, then weren't, still close but not the same. I didn't feel you leaving, I just noticed you were gone. We still talked like we were fine, like nothing had been lost. But every answer felt delayed, like love was counting cost. Your laugh came back in fragments, your eyes looked past my face. You stayed inside the moment, but not inside the place. I stopped asking where you went, you stopped telling me you stayed. We were speaking in between, the truth we couldn't say. You were there, then weren't, not cruel, just hard to find, like something slipping quietly out of reach, out of time. You were there, then weren't, no ending I could name. I didn't feel you leaving, I just noticed you had changed. Some absences don't echo, they don't announce the fall, they simply stop responding when you need them most of all. You were there, then weren't, and now I understand. Not every loss is visible, not every love will stand. You were there, then weren't, and that's the part that stays. I didn't hear you leaving, I just woke up to the space. Still keeps you timing, like you might call my name. I catch myself replying to nothing, to the same. Your words are gone, but somehow the air still holds their shape. I breathe in what you left behind, and it's harder to escape. I didn't know that silence could sound so much like you, until the day it settled in and wouldn't move. There's a space after your voice, and I live inside it now. Not a scream, not a choice, just a quiet I allow. I don't hear you anymore, but I still know where you'd be. There's a space after your voice, and it's whole. conversations like films without an end. The parts where you believed in us, the parts where you would bend. I miss the way you'd soften when you were feeling seen. Now every sound feels temporary and everything feels clean. I keep my phone face down like I'm trying to be brave, but my heart still turns toward you like it's trained. There's a space after your voice, and it lingers in the night, like a room without a light. Still familiar, still too wide. I don't reach you anymore, but I still reach out in me. There's a space after your voice, and it's learning how to breathe. Ooh. Maybe I don't miss the words, maybe I miss the way you made the quiet feel like home before it went away. There's a space after your voice, and I'm trying not to stay, but the quiet that you left still knows my name. I don't hear you anymore, still I listen like I did. There's a space after your voice, and I'm healing in it. Kept the quiet for you, like it was something kind. I swallowed all my questions so you could have your time. I made the room feel lighter, I made my feelings small. I learned to be convenient so we wouldn't fall. And you called it being peaceful, but I was disappearing. I thought love meant understanding, not fearing. I kept the quiet for you, and it cost me something real. I held my breath through every night to keep you from what you'd feel. I kept the quiet for you, so you wouldn't have to choose. But silence isn't gentle when it's what you lose. I laughed when I was tired, I smiled when I was hurt. I said it's fine too easily, like practice made it work. You never asked for distance, but you accepted it. And I kept calling it patience when it didn't fit. I turned my needs to whispers, You didn't hear it all. You don't ignore a fire when it's small. I kept it quiet for you until I couldn't breathe. I didn't want to scare you off, so I forgot to speak. I kept it quiet for you. Now I'm learning what it meant, that love can feel like kindness and still be negligence. Maybe you loved me in your way, maybe I let it be. But love that asks for less and less will take the rest of me. I kept it quiet for you. Now I'm letting silence go. If you ever miss my voice, you'll know why it was low. I kept it quiet for you, but I won't do it again. Some truths are made to be said, not held back till the end. We used to be tomorrow, now it's something I recall. A picture in my phone, I can't delete it all. We didn't make a mess, we didn't break in two. We just stopped making moments and called it getting through. It's strange how love can soften into something you can carry, not heavy like a heartbreak, just heavy like we had it. That's how we became a memory, not a scar, not a scene, just a story that got quieter till it wasn't living. And I still turn around sometimes, like you might be behind. That's how we became a memory, before we said goodbye. Your sweater on my chair still feels like you came home. But I've been learning lately how alone can feel like noon. I miss the small routines, the easy way you'd stay. Now everything is gentle in the saddest kind of way. I keep rewriting endings where you choose me like you did, but the truth is in the silence where we quit. That's how we became a memory, not a fight, not a blame, just a love that lost its language and forgot its name. And I still hear you in my day, in places I can't find. That's how we became a memory, before we said goodbye. Maybe some loves aren't meant to last, but meant to leave a light, a certain kind of tenderness. That's how we became a memory. And I'm trying to be free, but the version of me that loved you still lives quietly. And I still turn around sometimes, like time could change its mind. That's how we became a memory. And I'm learning to be fine. Nothing broke, we just ended like a song out of time. No shattered glass, no damage, just a line we didn't climb. We stayed respectful, we stayed calm, we stayed almost okay. But love needs more than quiet to keep it from decay. We were careful with each other, like we feared what truth might do. But careful turns to distance when it's all you choose. Nothing broke, we just ended, and that's the strangest pain. No one to forgive or blame, just a loss without a name. Nothing broke, we just ended, like a door left half undone. And I keep waiting for the click that never comes. You said you wish me happiness, I said the same for you. We traded perfect sentences to cover what was true. I wanted you to fight for us, you wanted peace instead. So we called it being mature and went to bed. I can't point to a moment, I can't point to a lie. It's harder to let go of a love that didn't die. Nothing broke, we just ended. No storm, no burning ground, just two people losing faith without a sound. Nothing broke, we just ended. And I don't know what to mend when the only thing that hurt is that it ended. Maybe love doesn't always crash, maybe it simply stops when both hearts choose to settle for less than what they want. Nothing broke, we just ended, but it still takes my breath, because the gentlest kind of loss feels like regret. Nothing broke, we just ended, and I'm learning how to stand in a life that doesn't have you in the plan. The night love spoke softly, we didn't even know. It wasn't in the fireworks, it wasn't taking it slow. You brushed my hair behind my ear like time could hold its breath. And for a second I believed we'd outrun what came next. I miss the gentle certainty, the way love was not a question, like love was meant to be. There was the night love spoke softly, and I heard it clear. Not loud, not complicated, just I'm here. Now I keep chasing that feeling in every place I go, because the night love spoke softly. It felt like home. We sat with open windows, let the city pass us by. You said my name so simply, it made me want to cry. I didn't need a promise, I didn't need a plan. I just needed you beside me, holding my hand. And maybe that's why it hurts now, because it wasn't pretend, it was real in the moment, even if it couldn't end. That was a night love spoke softly, and everything made sense. Not perfect, just honest in the dark's defense. Now I keep missing the calm that we used to know, because the night love spoke softly. It felt like home. Some memories don't stab, they simply ache, like the sweetest kind of truth you can't recreate. There was the night love spoke softly, and I still hold the sound, not to keep you in my life, just to keep me grounded. If love comes back to find me, I hope it comes in slow, like the night love spoke softly, and felt like home. You in low volume in the corners of my day. Not the grief that takes over, just the softest kind of way. I don't cry in the kitchen, I don't break down on the train. I just notice little silences that look like your name. It's strange how I can move on and still feel you near, like I'm living in a life where you almost appear. I miss you in lower volume, not loud enough to show, just a quiet kind of missing that I carry as I go. I miss you in a lower volume, like background in my mind. I don't want you back, I just don't want to leave you behind. I hear you in a melody, I smell you in the rain. I pass past the places we once loved and walk a little slower again. I'm not stuck in what we were, I'm just tender with the truth. But some parts of me still soften when the world feels like you. I don't rewrite the ending, I don't ask for one more try. I just let the feeling pass me like a sigh. I miss you in lower volume, in the nights that feel too clean, in the words I never send, in the spaces in between. I miss you in lower volume, and I'm learning to be fine. But you still live in quiet places that don't need to be mine. Maybe this is what healing is, not forgetting, not regret, just loving what was real enough to leave a silhouette. I miss you in lower volume, and it doesn't scare me now. It's just proof that I once loved, and I know how. I miss you in lower volume, and I let it come and go, like a song that fades out gently, but I still know. When you left, you didn't take it all. Some things stayed behind, in the way I say I'm fine, in the way I check the time. We lost what we were building, but something still remains. Not a promise, not a future, just a tenderness that stays. I don't reach for you in panic, I don't wish you any pain. I just wonder what we were in the spaces that remain. What remained between us wasn't loud, wasn't grand, just a quiet understanding that we couldn't make it stand. What remained between us is the softness in my chest when I think of you with mercy, not with emptiness. I learned love can be honest and still not be enough, that letting go can look like peace even when it's rough. I don't regret the nights we had, I don't regret the truth, I regret the moments we delayed until they slipped right through. If I saw you on the street, I think I'd smile the same, not because I'd want it back, but because it wasn't fake. What remained between us is a story without hate. Two people doing their best, learning how to separate. What remained between us is the part I won't erase, not the ending, not the loss, just the love's quiet trace. Maybe that's the gift of it, not forever, not a vow, just the proof that I can love still let go somehow. What remained between us is a calm I didn't know, a kind of gentle closure that took time to grow. What remained between us is the light I carry on, not because you're still my world, but because you once belonged. The window pane is streaked with grey, a quiet afternoon. I'm taken back to yesterday beneath a silver moon. Or was it sun? I can't quite tell, the memory's a blur. But I remember how you fell for every little word I spoke, and I for every glance, a love so fresh and new. A tender, unexpected dance beneath the sky's soft hue. And then the drops began to fall, a gentle whispering sound, as if the world would heed our call with beauty all around. We shared an umbrella held so close, no need for any rush, just stolen smiles and overdose in that sweet, quiet hush. Oh, soft rain, you fell that day on a love so sweet and true. Soft rain, you washed away the doubts I ever knew. Now you're falling on my face, blurring what I see. Soft rain, a bitter same embrace, saying goodbye to you and me. The seasons turned, the colors changed, the laughter grew more faint. Our fragile world became estranged, a masterpiece we couldn't paint. Forever on like we once swore, by silent stars above. Now there's a different kind of pour on what was once our love. The same drops hit the window glass, but they feel cold and strange, reminding me that nothing lasts and hearts are bound to change. And now the drops begin to fall, a gentle whispering sound, as if the world would heed our call with sorrow all around. I hold my breath and let it go, no need for any rush, just silent tears, a quiet show in this cold, empty hush. Oh, soft rain, you fell that day on a love so sweet and true. Soft rain, you washed away the doubts I ever knew. Now you're falling on my face, blurring what I see. Soft rain, a bitter sing embrace, saying goodbye to you and me. Oh, we try to hold on to the light against the growing chill, fought shadows through the lonely night, standing oh so still. But the gentle rain kept falling, whispering the truth of two hearts slowly stalling, lost in our own youth. And I know it's time to let go, though it's the hardest part. This bittersweet, this silent show, an aching in my heart. Oh, soft rain, you fell that day washing over everything. Soft rain still calling, a memory, a quiet sting. Soft rain, goodbye, just the rain. And I soft rain falling, washing away. Goodbye. I remember sun-kissed mornings, coffee on the sill, your hand in mine, a quiet promise, time standing still. We mapped out constellations, whispered future dreams, bathing in the amber glow. It truly always seemed like forever, an endless summer day. But seasons change and shadows creep, just like they always do. A gentle breeze turned into wind, pushing me from you. Was it fate or just a sigh? I still can't understand how something so pure could slip right through our hands. Oh, the golden hours shining so bright, etched upon my memory in pale moonlight. We painted vibrant colors, a masterpiece of truth. Now just a faded photograph of our lost youth. These golden hours, I still hold them dear, even as the echoes disappear. Now the sunrise feels a little colder, empty on my own. The echoes of your laughter, a distant fading tone. I walk these familiar streets where every corner holds a ghost of us, a story quietly unfolds in the silence where your voice used to play. And seasons change and shadows creep, just like they always do. A gentle breeze turned into wind, pushing me from you. Was it fate or just a sigh? I still can't understand how something so pure could slip right through our hands. Oh, the golden hours shining so bright, disappear. Golden hours, soft and true, a bittersweet remembering of me and you. Golden hours, I'll carry them inside, even after goodbye in the quiet tide. Oh, golden